Okay, so we get to look at the next abbreviation um, in chemical pathology, which we'll be looking at, and this is what is known as a CSF. We call this the cerebrospinal fluid. So for the CSF, this is what we got. Is this bluish fluid that is all around the side. So CSF, you know, we said that it's a colorless liquid, and of course, it's surrounding the brain and the spinal cord. So it's providing a lot of protection, a lot of nourishment, and it's removing a lot of waste from that place. So it's produced mainly in the choroid plexus of the brain ventricles, and it circulates through the ventricular system and the subarachnoid space. So what are the functions of the CSF? Since it is around the brain, it cushions the brain, it protects the brain from hitting the skull. Okay? So protection, so it's cushioning the brain and the spinal cord down to the spinal cord. You know, buoyancy, because the brain is floating, you won't feel the weight of your brain, but your brain is very heavy. Okay, so also prevent compression of nerve tissues. Homeostasis makes it that there is a good environment for all the neurons and the brain and everything. Waste removal also clears all those metabolic waste from the central nervous system. Transport also carries all those hormones and signaling molecules. So circulation pathway, of course. This is where all those choroid plexus comes in, lateral ventricles come in, fourth ventricle. This was something we used to rap when we were in second year of medical school. It was so fun back then. It's produced in the choroid plexus, you know. It flows through the ventricles, the lateral, the third, the fourth, into the subarachnoid space around the brain and the spinal cord. This is it, the subarachnoid space. So it's absorbed into venous blood via the arachnoid granulations. So clinical significance, this is when you can do a lumbar puncture to now tap it, you know. Okay. So you now sample it. From sampling it, you can able to diagnose disease conditions like meningitis, bleeding, autoimmune diseases. Then also CSF analysis, where you can do it to count for the number of cells, to check if there's glucose in the CSF, to check the amount of protein in the CSF, so also check if there's microorganisms in the CSF causing inflammations. So you can have disorders of the CSF where the CSF is too much, causing an hydrocephalus. The child's head is so big. Bro, I saw one. Like, we're actually doing a hospital round. When I saw this guy's head, I felt like probably it was a demon, that it was only me that was seeing. I actually had to ask my mates if they are seeing what I'm seeing. The head was bigger than the pillow. Okay. They also have CSF leaks. Then altered composition in neurological diseases, where you can have a lot of things going to the CSF, and they are making you having all those seizures. So this is it for the introduction for the CSF. Let's quickly move to the next.